want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin, he was beautiful, good and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
You've come this far, but the bridge is broken. There's no way you can fix it. What do you do now, Senua? Face. What is it? What does it see? Get closer. You want to see what the mask sees? No, she doesn't. Don't look. Where are we? What is this? It's the same. It's another world. It's the bridge. It's not broken. It's fixed. What happened? The bridge is fixed. Let's cross it.
The Northmen tell this story about the death of Balder. It begins with dark dreams. Night after night, Balder dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Balder's mother makes everything in the world: fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness, swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Balder's mother boasts. Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused.
Dillion is in there. Don't forget. You can feel it. You need the runes to fight Dillion. You need Dillion. He's waiting for you. He always said he's close. He loves you. I'm calling you. Dillion. Dillion, we're here. Dillion. We're nearly here. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? Where will it take you? It's not safe. Dillion. There he is. There he is. What are you waiting for? Quick, find a way. Find him. Go. Before he disappears. Dillion, where is he? Where's he gone? We're in the wrong world. He's not here. She's in the wrong world. He's not in this world. He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world. The dark.
The world once seemed so simple. Black and white.
Not in this world.
Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillion taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of color stretching away from the gloom. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
He's gone to the dark world. You're in the wrong world. He's in the other world. The dark world. Without you.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Baldur's mother, "Is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?"
You owe your life.
"I did not ask the mistletoe," Baldur's mother confesses. "I thought it was too young." Oh dear.
Do you remember how he made you feel?
We spend our lives searching for the meaning in life, and we ask the gods for guidance. But the truth to life is revealed when we can face death without fear. How can the gods understand us if they refuse to die themselves?
He was the only one that really loved her. He did love her. Why didn't she listen to her? She thought she could do Where are you taking him?
He's up there. How do you get up? There's a way. There is a way up there. Find the way. She can do it. You're nearly there. She can find the way.
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Baldur.
Do you know?
The blind god, Hud, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Hud says, "I cannot see where Baldur stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon." Loki replies, "Here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands." And Hud throws the mistletoe at Baldur. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Baldur is killed. And for this, Hud is slain.
He led you astray.
You should have listened to your father when you
The
had the
Northmen
chance.
tell how the gods mourned Baldur.
This love.
His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Baldur's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Baldur's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief.
See the darkness.
and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
It's all your fault. It's all your fault. You're cursed. You squashed it, strangled it, flattened it. The curse cannot be undone.
Years had passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillian. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past, and Dillian,
She's doing.
the future.
You're not special.
Two realities
They
tearing
mean
at her
nothing.
Being special.
What if the gods are just... What if the gods are laughing at her?
Messing with her.
It wouldn't be this.
Be the first time.
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Balder stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Balder, weep him out of Hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they find in a cave. Balder was never my friend, she says. Let Hel keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
He was the only one that didn't mind the curse. He loved her so much.
Do you remember what love feels like? Everything gets broken in the end.
You killed him with your love because he believed in you.
Wasting your
You have no time for this. Speed up.
These runes mean nothing.
Can you remember what love feels like? Trials to distract you.
Set you up, and now they're going to watch you fall.
What if these trials mean nothing?
It's laughing at you.
Closer to Dillian.
That's Dillian, and you're letting this get in the way.
They are just to tire you out, to make you weak before them. is pointless.
What are you doing? Why did you think you could make this work?
You keep seeing runes. You see runes everywhere.
The Northmen tell how the gods punished Loki for Baldur's death. They captured him and took him to a cave. They fetched his 2 sons and turned one into a wolf, and he ripped his brother apart. The gods used Loki's own son's entrails to tie him down, and turned these bonds to iron, and dangled a poisonous serpent over his face, so that its venom would drip onto him. Each time the venom drips onto Loki's face, he writhes in agony. The Northmen say that is the cause of earthquakes. A reminder, perhaps, that if even gods must accept death, then so must we.
He was the only one that didn't mind the curse. He loved her so much.
The curse.
And now the darkness is swallowing you both. Look what happens to the things you love.
Dillian!
It's not safe. You're going to fall.
Dillian never much cared for the underworld
You're going to fall.
and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Zinbel.
You can do it, Sin.
I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillian's arms, had to see the world through his eyes. And slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
Very careful.
You've come this far, don't let him slip away.
It's a narrow bridge. And there's a long way to fall. Where's he gone?
It's your fault. He's disappeared. You've lost him to the sea. He's gone. You've lost him. Just gone to the water. He's drowned.
Senua, your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. Should we fix them by taking away their sight? Would you give up the beautiful world that you, and only you, can see just to be rid of your nightmares? Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? A gift that makes you so special in my eyes. Just another part of the person I love.
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness. Because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
What if this is pointless? What if you're wrong? What if this has nothing to do with the sword? What if we're wrong? The sword will never be yours.
What if this is the end?
It's just a trick.